We are back. Another episode of the Man Event, a special occasion, if you will. This is the 20th episode of the Man Event. We would like to take this opportunity to thank our tens and tens of fans. So listen, what do we have on tap? More and more baseball. We're going to drop our next short. We'll share with you a little bit about it here in this episode. Yep. Chinese seeds and murder hornets. I don't really know. SpaceX travel and much more. So bringing you their very best tonight, we have Matty Ho, the Chief, Pooh Bear, and I am B Love, and this is the Man Event. We are back. So episode 20.
Ooh, we made it.
To commemorate it, we've all worn our Man Event shirts.
Yes, and we haven't been canceled. This is the most shocking part. You know,
yes.
we haven't.
Not yet fired from the Man Event.
Not yet fired.
Or banned.
So this is cool. 20 episodes plus. What have we done? A couple of shorts.
3.5, let's say.
Three and a half shorts. Yeah. And, it's kind of started off as just something to do during quarantine. A couple of guys who normally get together on the weekends, watch some sports, and hang out. We're unable to do that. So this was
no sports until just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, so this was the next best thing.
And these are modified sports now, so we can talk about it later, but there's changes to baseball rules. So
yeah, so hey, listen, I was sharing with you guys today while we were working at our other jobs, which is this part-time job.
Filming.
Which pays nothing, by the way.
I went ahead and gave myself a double raise.
You gave yourself a double raise. Hey, listen, you deserved it, man. You killed it today.
Yeah.
But when the talent came in. So I was sharing with you guys today, I went back and watched episode 1, the pilot.
Wow.
Yesterday. Man, we sucked.
Yeah, that was not great.
Man, it was bad. Like the first 20 minutes was us trying to figure out how to use the technology to even screen. It was like, hey, how do I change my name in the box? And we can't get the audio to work. And man,
the funny thing is, I still have those problems. I just do them, before the show starts now.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Man. It was the bad news bears. It was not good.
Yeah,
but we're only getting better from
tonight. Listen, I'll tell you, this has turned into be quite a lot of fun. I look forward to this every Sunday at 7 Eastern. And the shorts are getting better and better too. Get our creative juices going. I'm having fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good time. That's the whole point of this: is to have a good time.
It is, but
go ahead, Pooh Bear.
No, I'm just saying, commenting on it is a good time, but it's a lot of work. It seems like
it's not easy, especially for you.
There is, but when you sit back in your own time and you're watching your favorite YouTube creators, content creators, or whatever it is that you like to enjoy, whatever hobbies you partake in, and you're seeing your favorite creator produce something that you enjoy, there is a lot of work behind it, a lot of planning, a lot of recording and editing and sound design, and it's just in the better and the longer it is, the more work there is to it.
One of my favorite things that seems to happen to us on occasion is like we're filming a short, right, and we take a really good take, and then we're like, oh man, the mic wasn't on,
right?
Where's our gaff?
or there's something in the background or whatever. There's music playing and you can't have the music playing. There's all kinds of problems. The wind's a huge problem.
We need a staff. That's what we need. We need a staff.
And we will get there. I have confidence that this team will get there.
Yep. In due time.
Due time.
We are that good. Yeah.
So 20 episodes, we've covered a number of topics.
Mostly baseball, apparently.
19 episodes. Technically, this is the 20th, but we've covered a number of topics in those 19 previous episodes. Hey, by the way, if you're watching and you're a regular fan of the Man Event, we'd like to hear from you. And as we kind of talk about what's some of the favorite topics that we have. So the three of you, I'm asking some of the favorite topics that we've covered over the last 19 weeks. And if you're watching online, share with us.
My number one is NBA basketball.
I love the fact that he just has this stuff ready and queued up.
Look, I found this new app. And
He's waited all day to use that.
It's got a million of them on here. I'm ready. I can do this all day. So,
NBA. All right, my favorite. I really enjoyed doing the draft, the NFL draft. That was pretty.
The draft was fun, and according to YouTube analytics, that is our most popular episode.
I would imagine just because of search words.
Yeah, people looking for draft responses and information on the draft, and we were there to provide some. Hopefully, it was quality content, and we were able to provide insightful.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I thought we did pretty good that day. I mean, really, when you think about it, the spirit of the Man Show was created in that type of environment, right? The idea that, and I don't know, like Pooh, I don't know if you were the original creator, if you guys did. I remember I wasn't there for the first official meeting, but
remember
the idea was to have a live event going on like that and getting live commentary from.
You were there. You actually recorded me pitching it to you guys.
Well, I'm talking. I think that was the week after.
Yeah, because you were gone that week because we were calling him on the phone. I think while he was driving.
Yeah.
During the game.
I don't know. There was an episode we were calling Pooh Bear too, I believe. From Brian's house, and that was a pretty fun day too. So,
but the idea started is the four of us. We watch the football game pretty much every Sunday when we can, and there's been more than one occasion when people have said that have joined us or know what we're doing. They're like, man, to be a fly on the wall, listen to what you guys are talking about, the stories you have to tell, and it's true. We come up with some pretty funny stuff, sitting on one of our lanais or patios, enjoying a cigar and watching a ball game. But of course, there hasn't been any football or baseball on until just now. But it's probably not that entertaining for 3 hours, but maybe we can provide you with some of the chat and content we get wrapped up.
We're gonna get into some baseball today. that's coming.
Baseball is back.
So, Matty, you said your favorite episode is the draft.
Yep.
Pooh Bear, Cliffy, what about you guys?
I think that was my most fun to make. I would say to do.
So when I think about what I've enjoyed doing the most here are the predictions that I've made, and I think I've gone out on a limb and made several predictions. We did talk about Murder Hornets, and I predicted that a team, or suggested that a team should take on the praying mantis as their mascot, and nobody's done that yet that I'm aware of. But it seemed solid at the time, and I also predicted Major League Soccer would become a thing. I was wrong on that. And then last week, I also predicted that Willie Adames would have no errors throughout Major League Baseball. And he turned around Monday, and that was over on Monday night. So
another one on Tuesday, another one on Thursday.
Yeah, okay. So it didn't work out for me, but
the lesson I believe we've learned is we're not allowed. Chief is no longer allowed to make any predictions.
Well, I think we can make them. The thing is, just bet against me.
Right. Go the
opposite way.
Do the Pete Rose.
Do the Pete Rose. Oh my gosh.
No, you did not.
Well, I'll tell you this though. Don't ever let Cliff make a good prediction for you about you.
Oh gosh, no.
Because you're destined to fail. Yeah.
Right.
Did you say something about me being poor and destitute? I predict that
you predicted you'll be poor and destitute. I probably just wasted it on that one. I was gonna say I predict that we have 0 listeners by next shift, but by next week, and see if it works.
That'd be fantastic.
Oh
yeah.
How about you, Pooh Bear?
I don't know. I probably have had the most fun creating the short films we're doing, the short comedy sketches and stuff, and learning, we're learning how we're not that great of actors, but we're getting better. you don't say. But
you look genuinely startled, man.
Yeah.
How much
acting?
better?
I was acting.
Acting.
Really
Thank
good.
you.
So believable. But just how much better we're getting. I was watching some of the footage from today and how much better it is. And the getting behind the ideas. And I know I've got a lot of sometimes I've got some crazy ideas that I'm not able to say well enough or to explain well enough. But you guys are there to try it until we get it right. And I think that's great. So I think for me, those are so far these past 20 weeks, that's been the best, is doing those shorts.
So let's talk about the short for a second. We've got this one coming out. Well, what can we say about it?
It involves baseball.
Okay.
Which, has been a contentious.
That's all there is going on right now.
It is all there is going on. But no, it's I mean, we can say what it is. It's essentially, we're going to demonstrate for you the differences between watching baseball live at a stadium and watching baseball in the home environment, what it's like and what the goods and pros and cons are of each. We have access to a home, so we did it in a home. We don't have access. We don't have access to a stadium, so we did not do anything in a stadium. Nope. So it's all done in a home, but you can see the humor in what
You'll get the intent.
What we did.
You'll get the intent.
Absolutely. If you don't, then check your pulse.
You'll get
so when do you think? I think this is going to drop in a week. What would be a fair?
I think I could probably have it ready by midweek. We can kind of hang on to it and put it out there on a special time if you guys want. But I think as soon as it's done, I'm ready to go.
So we're thinking before next Sunday's show, we should be able to.
Absolutely. Barring any sort of work emergency at my real job or crash on my computer, which of course you predicted it, so therefore
I didn't predict anything. I just asked the question.
Rest in peace, iMac. I used to love you.
If I were you, I would throw it out the window right now, man. Get rid of that thing.
Back everything up. Hit the save button.
Thing's gonna take your house down.
I think I'll probably have the majority of it done tomorrow night, and then do some sound design stuff for Tuesday, and we're probably ready to go by Wednesday.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
I'll be looking for a good midweek laugh here.
And then we already have the next one right after that. Boom. On the heels, ready to roll. We just need to do some scheduling.
Start filming. Yeah.
And do some filming.
Should be a good one too. I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's gonna be really fun.
Yep, agreed.
Yep.
As soon as somebody lets me know exactly what that is, I'll be okay. So
I mean, let's face it, we're not going to do anything that's not fun, right?
No. I tell you what, you were talking about our favorite episode. How about, does anybody remember the one where we were all together on Pooh Bear's Lanai?
Train wreck. Train wreck.
Oh man, then there was one where none of us could get a clear Wi-Fi signal. I mean,
there was a time, the first, 5 or 6 weeks where we were changing something. I mean, like a major change in our production every single week, whether it was the sound we were using or where our location, the equipment we were using. It was bad for a while. We finally got it right, and we've all got the same microphone and headphones set up. We've found a place in each of our homes to do this. We've got a nice web service that's probably costing us a little too much to spend, or for a per month bill. But we're
don't worry, that one subscriber, they're worth it.
Yep. Listen, this segment of the Man Event is brought to you by our microphone.
Yes.
Can anybody pronounce that?
Mayono or
Mayono?
Isn't that a Disney movie?
Mono or what? I don't know how you would say.
Hey, I can tell you. So I watch Tacoma FD. It's a hilarious show. Okay, and it's made by the same guys that did Super Troopers and that kind of stuff. But anyway, after the show, they do a second episode called Talk Coma FD, and they essentially do the same thing that we're doing. Two guys, they talk about the episode and they're making the episode. They do it from their office, and then they bring a guest in. And it's kind of entertaining just to kind of hear how they do it. And I'm interested. I watch it to kind of see how their webcast goes with it. But the reason I bring all this up is because the other day I noticed, they had their microphones and got the mic into their shot a little bit. The exact same setup we're using. So
look at that. We're professionals already.
Professional quality audio.
I
We
just
can put our
typed-
pin in that one. It's done.
I just typed in Mayono into Google Translate, and it is Cantonese for microphone.
Oh, wow.
That sounds right. So the language checked out. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least you know
Cantonese.
what
Wasn't that
I didn't really type it in. It wasn't
Oh, you didn't? You're joking.
No.
But you did say Cantonese, and that got me thinking about Chinese, which got me thinking about dinner. And man,
pepper steak would be good.
Oh, see, when he said Cantonese, I got to thinking about who were the two guys on Saturday Night Live? Schwing!
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Yeah,
I got to thinking about
Mike
Wayne's
Myers
World.
and Dana Carvey.
Yes. Remember that his girlfriend in Wayne's World spoke Cantonese, right?
Ballroom
Is that
blitz,
where you went with
ballroom blitz.
Wow. That is a long way to get there.
Because
Wow.
she broke off the Chinese food order in Mandarin, or is it Mandarin or in Cantonese?
Don't ruin it for me. Just assume it was Cantonese,
I think
okay?
it was Cantonese.
But Mike
Just
Myers,
like-
but in Wayne's World, he spoke Chinese. I mean, or Canton, whatever it was, and he fired right back, I believe.
Right.
What is her name? What was that girl's name?
Tia, wasn't it Tia something?
Tia Carrera. There you go.
Okay.
I think I'm saying that. Yeah, I think so.
Or
Working off my memory. I mean, who knows?
Wayne's World. Wayne's World.
Party time.
Speaking of crappy local shows,
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, but at least they had a camera crew and all of that.
yes, they had this. They had the stoners on the cameras. Like,
And they had
Yes.
a nice pacer.
yeah, with licorice in their roof.
Oh, if we had a main event vehicle, what would it be?
Ooh,
Oh.
A gremlin. It should be
Really?
an AMC gremlin.
I'm thinking old school Winnebago that we can take tailgating to.
Oh, so it's interesting because
There
I
you
love
go.
that you said that, Chief, because I was thinking something like the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo.
oh, I'm not riding
yeah,
that.
it's
I'm not riding a windowless van.
What about one of
In the
those? What about one of those VW Vanagon things? Yeah.
with the camper top, with the camper on top. Yeah.
That I've been in, and I'll do
40,
that.
45 horsepower.
The old 9 window, but
Uh-huh.
the windowless van, bad things.
Bad things happen in the windowless van.
I
You
see
can take
bad
that thing
in Portland.
tailgating.
Yeah.
Take that
Portland.
thing on the road
Yeah.
on a road trip for hitting a bunch of games. Yeah.
Hang on, the Chief's going political.
Oh well, Portland's where the feds are out there just snatching protesters.
Yeah, right off the streets. Apparently.
They're putting them in. I mean, I've seen enough. Look, I've seen enough Bourne movies to know how this operates. They
Born supremacy.
they pull up in the van and snatch you, then they drug you, and you're never heard from again.
right.
So, yeah, I see what you're saying.
What if we got a van like the A Team, like BA?
Oh,
BA
yes.
Baracus'
Well, that was
van?
essentially the same van. The Mystery Machine was like the same van. It
Oh,
was,
it was way better than the Mystery Machine.
the A Teams is just painted better.
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
A
but-
team had guns in the back.
Yeah, but the Mystery Machine had chicks in it.
Listen,
Yeah,
today,
It was just a
Listen, today-
sausage fest on the 18.
listen, today, not only did we have a gun today, but we also had one of those crossbow. We had a crossbow today.
Oh, yeah, in the video, yeah.
Yeah.
But the good thing about the A Team van was, you could jump that thing like 30 stories, and it always just kept working.
That's because B.A. Baracus, man, he knew how to put that thing back together.
You could shoot it with a missile, no problem. Land a helicopter on it, sure thing, man. It's all
Yeah,
good.
but could it beat the '84 Firebird from Knight Rider?
No, they did do that.
No,
So.
Kit.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Here's the thing, though,
Yeah.
Pooh Bear, is the Man Event wouldn't fit in that car.
No,
If
one
you
of us
haven't
did.
noticed,
Two
we
of us.
are
No.
above average sized men.
Let me tell you, that would make a funny video trying to get the four of us in there.
You say that like it's a negative thing.
I'm
I
just
consider
saying.
that a compliment.
What I would like to hear is what the chief had today for lunch.
I
know-
had the
I know
same
that-
thing you guys had.
I know what the Chief had for second lunch. We're gonna get a copy.
18.
Hey, I get to be. I'm BA if we do the 18.
Obviously, I'm face.
You can be face.
I
I'm
want
face
to know.
man.
I want to know. This is a serious question. At what point in time
We got to
did
get that phone away from him.
no doubt? At what point in time did
Lisa.
At what point in time did TV shows stop using the theme song to present the premise for the show? Right.
Oh man.
Brady Bunch, Gilligan's Island, the A-Team,
Right.
the Flintstones. I mean, the litany of shows that you could think of explained exactly what was the $6 Million Man.
Well,
everything.
Friends was a very popular theme song, for their show.
Yeah.
I'll be there for you.
But it didn't really explain the situation, right? So that's what the sitcom stands for, situation. So it's a situation comedy. Those used to have an explanation as to what the situation. Three's Company, come and knock on my door. They would tell you.
Those are all
hers and
70 shows that you have just listed. I mean, even the Flintstones may have been in the 60s. I don't know exactly when they came out.
It was,
So-
but I watched it in the 80s. But the point is, all those shows used to tell you within a minute or 30 seconds exactly what the show you're about to watch is all about. The Addams Family, the Munsters. They would tell you.
You're going further back in the time machine. You need to go forward, man. Go forward.
No, my point is, at some point in time, those stopped. Those types of shows that would give the explainer theme song stopped. Why did it go out of fashion? What happened? What was the precedent that set?
Knight Rider was an amazing entry.
Yes.
That was intro. That was fantastic. Yes.
You know what else? You remember that?
Did
Blue
anybody
Thunder?
have one of those things on their car?
I put one on 81 Links.
Of course you did.
I sure did. I sure did.
If anybody was going to do it, it was going to be Pooh Bear.
I got it. Well, remember, I used to work at Pep Boys, and I bought it at Pep Boys.
Oh, God.
John says you take the good, you take the bad. That's the facts of
Take them
life.
both, and there you have the facts of life.
Thank you very much. Yeah, he's right.
Right?
Oh, man, that was great.
You know what's another good one that was very descriptive? Different Strokes.
Yes.
Remember the Different Strokes one?
Was that a spin-off of the Facts of Life or the Facts of Life?
They were one or the other, yeah. The Jeffersons.
Made me think of it. Oh, yeah.
What about MacGyver?
Beans don't burn in the kitchen.
He's don't burn
They
the
don't-
grill. It took a whole lot of Turian to get them up at the hill.
Yes, it did.
Man, I love that show.
So, but the fact is that they told you. So you could have tuned in on episode 25 of season 3, and for the very
Watch the
first
intro
time,
and you knew.
and known what the show was about. That's
Yeah.
my point. At some point in time, somebody in Hollywood or in wherever they make these TV shows said, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore. We're good."
Because when they zag, he zigs. So this
I guess.
producer went another way and just said, you know what?
So maybe we can bring it back. We create a theme song for our show.
Yes.
Okay.
I like.
Now it's going to be more complicated than it sounds because none of us read or write music.
No. So we
the,
need help.
the lyrics could be a little difficult. Well, we could probably figure out the lyrics if we had a tune. So, man, we need a catchy tune though.
Well, I think we could do the tune to the lyrics. I think we need lyrics first.
Right.
Yes, John coming in with the
Oh,
greatest American hero.
Yeah.
Greatest American.
Dude, I love that show.
It was different, wasn't it? That was a different show.
Yeah.
Man, what about the same thing? Chips. Like I loved Chips when I was a kid.
Yep. No
That
lyrics.
same
in that
thing.
show, or that
The
movie.
intro told you exactly what the show was about. The Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, the Dukes
Mic
had
drop on the
lyrics.
Dukes of Hazzard,
Yep.
man. That's,
Well, you'll never see the Dukes of Hazzard on TV again now, so that one's over. So
No.
MacGyver.
You'll see them on my TV because I've got them all
I
recorded.
don't think there was any lyrics to MacGyver, was there? It was
Uh,
just
I'm
a
just
lot of
talking. I'm just
explosions.
talking about intros.
yeah, I was just gonna say a bunch of stuff blowing up.
You know, one of my favorites that hasn't been mentioned yet, the Fall Guy.
I was gonna say here's one of my
The
favorites.
Battle
that
of the
hasn't been-
Heathers.
Oh yes,
Battle of the Heathers.
Heather Locklear and Heather
Thomas.
Thomas.
Now here's a show that still has an intro that lets you know what the show is about.
In today's world.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Well, it depends what theme song they're going with that year.
Definitely the NBC Sunday Night Football with Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah,
She
I'm sorry.
sings a song. Her and her legs sing a song about
Her and her legs. Her legs can talk.
I they can talk to me a lot.
This is going nowhere good.
They've got a lot to say to me. She tells
Wait,
you
we lost Cliff. Something happened.
I'm back. I'm back.
What's going on with the Chief?
I love Sunday Night Football, especially the intro.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite things about the football season, you're talking about Sunday Night Football, is obviously, so we get together every Sunday for football. We take turns going to somebody's house. When football's at your house that week, you host, you bring the food and all that. So, but occasionally during the football season, there's one or two Sundays where it goes like all day. Like it's a 1:00 game, it's a 4:00 game. Yeah. And the next thing you know, we're ordering Babe's Pizza for the Sunday night game. Now that doesn't happen every Sunday because a lot of times it's like the 1:00 game and hey man, I gotta go. Thanks for having me, blah, 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 blah. Right. But every once in a while, we all make it all the way to the Sunday night game. Yep. And Babe's Pizza is always what brings us together.
Yeah, but man, if we did that every Sunday with that Babe's Pizza, we'd all be dead.
Had to be 400 pounds first,
especially the double-decker pizza.
Yeah. Well, that's all there is to get. You don't get anything else.
Yeah. Well, I know, that's what I'm saying.
The Babe doesn't get the double-decker.
You do it sacrilege. I mean, come on.
That is, for those of you who don't live around here and can't go to Babe's, you're sorry. You're just missing out.
Just Google it.
Next time you come to town.
I've got a great business idea for Babe's, and I can't believe they haven't figured this out yet.
Well, don't put it out here.
Well, hold on. It's okay. We only have like 3 people watching. So, anyways, here's the deal. Babe's Pizza is an institution in the town that we live in. Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. How many people have left the town that we live in and gone somewhere else? School took them away, work took them away, whatever it is, that probably wish they could get a Babe's Pizza.
Every single one I know, when they come to town, that is
go back.
So here is a great business idea for Babe's Pizza. They need to start shipping pizzas on dry ice across the country to former people from the town that we're from with instructions on how to heat that thing up in your own oven.
I don't know if it would be as good. Thinking,
I just blew your mind.
I'm thinking
you really didn't.
Fly to town, buy the pizza, eat it, and fly out cheaper. What you're explaining.
maybe B-Love, what you could do is run a shuttle service from TIA to Babe's Pizza and back. And that way people would fly in, you'd take them to Babe's, they'd get their fix, and then you'd bring them back and they could fly home. And, it could be a Tampa staple.
Babe's had a couple of satellite locations and they for whatever reason, they didn't make it. I believe one of the attractions to Babe's is, number one, that it's only available at that one place. I mean, it's not readily available. Just like you're saying, if it becomes available, like you can just pick up your phone and order, say, we're having Babe's tomorrow. I'm going to have it delivered, from Brandon, and here it comes to anywhere in the country. It makes it less
special.
Yeah, exactly.
Unique.
Yep. It gets watered down. No, you're 100% right.
Get over is the number of people that I talk to. I have 3 people that work for me that live essentially on Lumsden. They live between Kings and Providence Road, and some of those apartments on Lumsden or townhouses, stuff like that. They all live in that same general area, and none of them have ever been to Babe's Pizza.
That's a crime.
Yeah.
And you've never ordered one to bring to work?
Well, I mean, it's
I'm questioning right now. I'm questioning your leadership skills.
It's not when you have Babe's Pizza for the first time, it's got to be fresh. I mean, I'm not going to reheat it, And,
I'm still questioning your leadership skills. You can take them there for lunch.
No, I can't. They haven't. It's nowhere near where we work.
You can't pretend there's a fire at Einstein Bagel.
He's way down south.
Our job is to be in areas all the time.
Do you need me to call in a fake fire to Einstein Bagel?
Oh man, we're about to all go to jail.
I have put Babe's out. I have put Babe's Pizza out twice in my career. So It was the apartment upstairs, not the actual pizzeria. Now they got that apartment upstairs.
Yep.
So I put that out twice.
I don't know. How would you want to live above the Babes Pizza, where the
Well,
pizza
that was-
oven is down below you?
That was the owner. It was your shop. It was your business.
Well, I know, but yeah.
They've since sold. I don't know if the new owners live up there or not, but the old owners did.
Hey, my son just texted me, and you know what he told me? I failed. I have failed as a father and didn't realize it.
Oh, don't tell me he's never had Babes.
He has never been to Babe's Pizza.
Oh my god!
Seriously?
Wait, you never had?
You're out.
I didn't even know it. I didn't.
Hey,
Wait a
hey,
second.
Pooh, put him in timeout for 10
Put him in
seconds. He's
timeout.
got a penalty. Yep.
This is penalty. My penalty. I haven't done it.
On
That's
cake,
That's what I'm saying. Putting you timeout. Put you
on
there you
cake baking day, the girls and the kids had pizza from Babes. The son was there.
No, it wasn't Babes.
What was it?
It was Formaggio's.
We had Babes after we did Flag Day.
That's true.
And let me tell
That's
you,
true. We had Babes in my garage after
when
Flag
Ginger pulled back in the driveway, oh god,
Did you
that was
guys
so
see
good.
Day. No, we can't.
You didn't bring him back yet.
You put me in timeout. Do it. Do it again. Do it again.
Oh, I'm dying. Oh, I'm dying. Matt, carry the show.
I didn't see what happened.
He was lifting up. He was doing all kinds of flex and stuff. And I can see.
I'm going down.
Oh, man.
Oh god.
So he was doing all kinds of stuff in the background. I could still see him in the lower camera on my screen. And so I brought him back when he had his shirt lifted up.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
Well,
He's like,
oh
no, oh man. Man, I just got an ab workout in.
You're
That
done
was
for
great.
tomorrow.
I'm gonna need one.
that was great.
That was, you're gonna need one.
Mm.
All right, gentlemen.
We might as well end it right here because we're not going to top that for tonight.
That's
So
true.
baseball is back.
It is.
And there's a lot there's a lot going on.
Baseball is back for some cities.
Exactly. A lot of players opting out.
A lot of players who don't have the choice but to opt out.
Well,
If
you
you're in
got-
Miami, you had some trouble. If you're now, you understand what
they
in,
all opted
St.
out
Louis. St. Louis, they had some trouble in there today.
Yeah, and then
With
you
COVID.
know, this entire week the Rays have opted out.
Wow, they sure did. They sure did.
Not a single game won.
Oh
that's
man.
not funny. Do you remember? Just remember when we were good? Like a week ago on this show, we were good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just the other day, I texted you guys that we were first place and everything else.
Oh man, I just figured it out.
What?
We cursed it.
Who do we?
We cursed it
what do we
because
do?
we put on our Facebook page the standings when we were leading the AL East. And
Okay,
the caption was "too soon?" ?
You say we like it was the three of us.
I
It
don't
was
do
you.
that.
Well, you all can take it down.
But you put it up. You are the social media manager.
wait.
I feel you can fix it.
Was this when they were 4-1?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, see, John picked up on it. Yes. See, B-Love is the social media manager. He runs the Instagram page and the Facebook page. That's his job for this team. And I can't believe it.
We have an Instagram page.
Yes.
I think we talked about that the week
How
Cliff
do
was on
we
vacation.
even let this guy be our friend?
Hold on, man. I gotta write this stuff down. Instagram. ENSTIGRA.
No, it's
Look that up.
it's GHRAME.
Hey, listen.
We
A couple
also have
of
a
weeks
MySpace.
ago, when we
Since you're peddling to catch up.
a couple of weeks ago on this show, we announced our Instagram page.
Wow, was I here? Was I on vacation that week?
No.
You were on assignment.
So if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's at
the
the Man Event Show
I think I even had a banner up.
on
you
Instagram.
did.
You did.
Yeah,
It's
did.
at the Man Event Show.
You might
how to do that. All
you
right.
might have said it just after somebody said NBA, and Cliff might have fell asleep for a minute.
That's true. We were probably talking about the NBA.
Yep, that'll do it to him.
We were probably talking about the and our Facebook is just at the Man Event. So just lose the show.
There you go, Cliffy. Man, get your kids to show you how it works.
All right, I'm on it. Well, you set up Pooh Bear. You set up my Facebook account for me.
Did I really? 10 years
Yeah,
ago?
we were. It was the weekend at Polly's house for the Monday Night Football game in.
Oh my gosh, that was a long
Carolina.
time ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
John.
You were probably hurt out. Gee.
Out hurt. When did he not hurt?
he got hurt today too. No.
Oh man, I don't believe
No.
there were any injuries today other than our nostrils and our
yeah.
lungs
He
I was gonna
injured,
say,
at the Man Event.
he
that
injured
was
his
a
elbow.
bruiser
Very
today.
Go ahead.
That was good cherry pie. I said Cliff was a bruiser today, man. Holy cow.
Oof.
He's in rare form.
Man, that's funny.
So
All right,
back
so
to baseball.
Back to baseball.
Yes. Well, the Yankees are running away with it. It looks like already. I think Mike Judge has homered in every game this week.
Mike Judge.
Yeah.
or-
Aaron.
excuse me, Aaron Judge.
Because
The
that
other
must be his
judge,
brother.
his brother.
The other judge.
No, Mike Judge. I think is the Beavis and Butthead artist. Or
No, you're thinking Mike Stanton.
no, I will. Yes, I will always call him Mike. No longer Giancarlo. But Mike Judge was the creator of Beavis and Butthead.
What you know, they're coming back. Did you know they're bringing that show back?
No,
Yeah.
Man, if Hollywood is officially out of ideas, they're bringing Beavis and Butthead back.
well,
Oh, man.
I'm
So
okay with it.
let's talk about the rule changes. You know, how it's been a couple weeks now. How do you guys feel about these rule changes?
It's been a couple of weeks or 8 days.
Well,
That's
Let's
2
talk-
weeks
let's-
since the beginning of
once you hit the beginning of the second week, it's officially 2 weeks. That's how it works.
Okay.
I wish it worked that way with my paycheck, but so let's go over the
So-
rules. Right?
So
Rule
let's
change,
start with
right?
the OT rule. So we saw our first OT game
Extra innings.
in extra innings as Rays fans. We saw our first one. I think we talked about it on the show last week.
Yeah, because there was one last Friday or Saturday.
Yeah,
then
and
we
then-
saw the Kevin Cash debacle last night with the extra innings, putting the slowest man on the team on second base. You know, I mean, he was thrown out running to third, and the ball had been waiting for him. It was like a Bugs Bunny cartoon, you know, that they throw it and Choi's chugging in. I think I'm going to beat it. I'm going to be there. You know, you can almost see, you know, the diesel engine getting warmed up. You know, by the time he's
Well,
wasn't even close.
I
But then
know.
the ball was there. Like
I fell asleep. I didn't catch the extra inning game.
No,
I apologize.
yeah. Well,
So did he slide?
yeah, he slid, and
he slid, but it was. there was
Like,
no reason to.
did you feel the ground move? Like
It
when he
was
slid?
From
no,
Baltimore?
I felt sad for him, man. I was like, goodness gracious.
Was it a Pete Rose slide or
No.
was it?
It was like but the ball was there, like within 5 steps of Choi
What do
getting there.
I'm not even sure he ever touched the bag. In all honesty, I mean, that's how short his slide was. He
He
knew
may
he
have
was
pulled
done.
short.
Where's the third base coach in all of this? You don't know.
No, it's
Why
like-
would you send that guy?
To me, it's on the third base coach. You don't send the guy that you know is already slow when
Right.
the ball is right there in left field. Now, to make matters worse, the left fielder had a much better angle on the ball because he goes back to the wall, making you think it was a home run. But he's just getting prepared to take his crow hop after he makes the step or makes the catch. And he just threw a rocket. Not quite the Mookie Betts rocket.
Wait a minute. I was going to say, you're telling me the left fielder threw Choi out from the wall?
Mhm.
Yeah, the third.
I'm pretty sure Pooh Bear can get in safe to third from there.
I don't know. That's from second, and you got to tag up. This is tagging. You have to. I don't know. That's 90 feet.
No.
So in defense of the rule, okay,
tag
besides
up.
the debacle last night.
Well,
But
real quick, in that situation, when you got to tag up, there's no way you send Choi in pretty much any situation because there's no way he can beat a ball from almost
Especially-
anywhere on the field.
Especially we don't have any outs. That's the thing.
That's
You
the
had
thing.
You
now we
had
have
0 outs. You had 1 out with the catch. You don't run the guy. You play it safe.
Yeah, I will say this: it does add. I don't like the way we executed it last night, but I kind of like the rule, because it adds instant intensity to the game.
Absolutely.
And all of a sudden in that 10th inning, there's a brand new. We've just seen 9 innings of essentially the same strategy. Okay, runners on base, hit the ball. And now we've gotten in a situation where we've already seen you can bunt the guy over, you can hit the guy over. You can maybe load the bases. And we've actually seen quite a bit, throughout Major League Baseball with how this can play out. And it, excuse me, I don't know that it's played out twice the same way. So I think it does. It had something to the game. Interesting though, that rule is not in effect for the postseason.
Really?
Yep. It is not in effect for the postseason. Not right now. Of course, they're changing the rules. As they go. A lot like Fauci, but probably shouldn't have brought that up, man. But anyway, if enough people like it, they may go ahead and just decide to bring it in for the postseason. But yeah, right now that's not in for the postseason. Postseason's just gonna, go back, revert to regular rules, and we'll play. By the way, I don't think that actually works in the Rays' favor right now.
Well, it depends on who's the last batted out. There's a couple of guys you don't want to be your last batted out, and Choi is one of them.
Yes.
Tsutsugu, the Tsutsugu, he reminds me of one of those zooms.
Of what? Come again?
A zoom. Yeah. Kids don't have any of them zoom little toy things.
We used to use Zoom, but then we graduated to StreamYard here.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier.
Tsutsugu, whatever his name is, you don't want him.
No, you don't
as
want
your
him.
last batted out.
You want Kiermaier.
Kiermaier or Margot.
Yeah.
Or Margot, yeah. Margot.
What about
Robbie?
the other rules, guys? We got the double header rule.
So hold on, before we go into that, let's finish up this one. Should this rule stay or should this rule go?
I vote stay. I like it.
I like it, but I think it's just for this shortened season to keep things moving. We don't want games lasting, 6-7 hours because you don't have a day off. That's the whole reason they're put this rule in there.
Well, what it does is it prevents those games that do go 14, 15, 16 innings of you using every pitcher.
Correct.
Right.
And typically what happens on a major league team when you go through your pitching rotation and your bullpen like that, you bring a guy or two up from the minors for a spot game.
Right.
They play one game and they go right back to Durham.
Right. And there are no minors and there are no off days. You've got a couple off days, but there are no off days. Normally, if you're going through a long game like that, you either just came off of an off day or you have an off day coming up soon and you can recuperate. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be the case this year.
Well, here's the thing. I like it. I think I would like to see it stay in the regular season.
I do enjoy it. I just don't think I don't think it should stay.
So you don't think it should stay? I have a problem with the fact that it doesn't include the postseason. I didn't realize that until just now.
Not either.
Maddie, what were you saying?
I was saying, I can understand not doing it in the postseason because they're trying to get, I don't want to call it the purest baseball experience, but you don't want to have anybody artificially win or whatever else. But in the regular season, sometimes these baseball games just get way too long, right?
Yes.
And this adds a little bit of excitement. I mean, the thing is, when you're already starting out with a man on second, like Cliff was saying earlier, you got so many different options here, and there's so much different strategy that the manager can use in this situation versus trying to get a guy on base in the first. I just think it makes the game more exciting. What's wrong with that?
Hey, you can do away with using the word purist and this baseball season. I mean, this is
well, I know, but I mean, in the postseason, you're talking about the game itself, the way the game's always been. But you got more changes than even this, so and that may affect or not. That won't be carried into the postseason either.
Well, so I'm trying to get there to the 7-inning doubleheader is essentially, as far as I can tell, designed for what Bilo was talking about earlier about preserving the pitchers. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're going to use a bunch of pitchers in one day, and then they got to come back and play again the very next day. So
which game gets to be? Is it both games are 7 innings, or just one or the other?
No, both of them. Both of them are 7 innings. 2 games, 14 innings.
Wow. Okay.
So the interesting thing, I mean, I guess the first problem I have with this rule is you instituted it mid-season.
That is a change, mid-season change. Yeah.
Okay. And well, mid-season, beginning of season, they were already playing games.
But it was before anybody played a doubleheader.
But I think you would also have to assume you're looking at a lot of double headers for the Marlins, the Phillies, they're going to have to play a ton of them to get 60 games in. Because, I mean, have the Marlins played in a week?
They've got 3 games in.
Yeah, so they haven't played in a week.
Yeah,
they haven't played since Sunday.
Since Sunday, correct.
And now St. Louis might be in the same boat. And then
Yeah, they're fast on their way.
And Philly, right? Philly stopped a couple games.
Yep. So there were 5 games, I believe, on Friday night that were postponed. So my guess is that the 7-game double or the 7-inning double header is in response to there's going to have to be a lot of double headers as the season goes on.
Yeah, there weren't any scheduled up until they had these games missed. Once they had games missed, then they had to schedule double headers, and I'm assuming that's when they instituted the rule.
I don't think a 7-inning game bodes well for the Rays, by the way.
No, it absolutely does not work well for the Rays.
Not with their bats right now.
No.
Because if you notice, the games that we've won 7th inning or later.
Yeah.
Except the one game on Monday night.
The Marlins are in second place. They haven't played a week, and they're still in second place.
Yeah. The record.
We need to take a couple days off.
No doubt.
That may be what we need because, it's just been bad baseball for us.
Okay, so if we're trying to preserve the pitchers, okay, how does the new rule where the pitcher has to face 3 batters, how does that play into it?
I love that rule. Now, mind you, that rule is coming regardless of the shortened season.
Correct.
Yeah, that was they made that last year, and they all told everybody that it was going to come this year, and here it is. So yeah, you're right.
I love it. I love it nonetheless. It was designed to combat the Joe Madden philosophy, those types of managers
I'm going to pitch to one guy.
Have the specialist type of pitcher, which was okay, but it was definitely slowing the game down. All the different changes. And again, I like the strategy of it. You're forcing someone to be a better strategist than they were.
Yeah. Well, look at the game we watched today. And Rowe went out there and struggled. And we all looked at each other and said, how many batters has he thrown to? Right. Right? Because he got the game out of hand for us.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
That's when the game got out of hand. And traditionally, if you watched him pitch for us last year, he was one of those guys that would go to one batter.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of teams used to do that. I mean, I think the Yankees used to do that a lot, back in their run in the late 90s or whatever. But, you load up with pitchers, and then every time you switch them out, it takes 10 minutes. It makes the game ridiculously short. And this makes baseball players actually have to be more than just a one-trick pony. You got to actually be somewhat of a player,
Right. And that's why I thought a team like the Rays would have an advantage with all of their utilitarians type of players. They don't have a bunch of Mike Stantons and Aaron Judges where they can only play one position.
Yeah.
Right.
They have the Mike Brossos of the world who can play anywhere on
the field.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of player that the Joey Wendles, the Brandon Lows, they can play multiple positions and they become infinitely more valuable. You see Don poke her head in.
Yeah. No, I saw John down there. That's hilarious. That is a good one.
Yeah, he's
excellent.
I'm surprised you guys didn't do that sooner
tonight.
Listen, the Astros lead the league for hit batsmen.
Yeah, and they should. They should.
Some of those throws at some of those Astros have been just wow.
Oh well, the Dodgers have been teeing off on them.
Yeah, Kelly got
incident was hilarious.
Well, he got suspended 8 games, was it?
8 games, yeah. It was pretty hefty, but he's a pitcher, so
he's a pitcher, so that's one start.
It's 2 games, yeah.
Yeah, it's one start.
But still,
what was the backstory? I mean, obviously the backstory is he was playing for the Dodgers the year the Astros beat them to go to the World Series.
No, he played for the Yankees last year.
Okay.
Yeah, he
had no direct connection.
Right, he wasn't involved at all with them. But he's just somebody that respects the game enough to give him the business, which I like.
And
He plunked two guys and then threw behind a guy, right?
Yeah, and he called him a baby.
Yeah, did you see him when he was walking? You see him? Yeah, taunting him. Oh,
The Chive has already made a T-shirt from his silhouette. Fantastic.
That is awesome.
Oh yeah, there's so much meat there, and of course Joe Kelly was the player over the spring or whenever they were off, was practicing in his backyard. He's got a big net set up, and he threw it through a plate window. He missed. He's got this enormous net with a target on it, and he's practicing in his backyard, misses it, and hits his window.
Oh,
Didn't the Dodgers manager get suspended a game too for that? I think he did. Yeah.
I don't remember that. I don't remember seeing
I think he did. Have to go back and check. Check the interwebs there. ESPN will tell you, but I'm pretty sure he got suspended one game.
Good. What are you watching, Clever?
I'm not watching anything.
Oh, I can hear.
Nah, that's not me.
That's a child.
Oh. Yours.
Yeah. So going back to does it stay or does it go? We already know that the 7-inning game doesn't stay. The 7-inning doubleheader doesn't stay. And this is a rule. You have to pitch to 3 batters or finish the inning.
That stays.
That was obviously intended to be here. So does it stay or does it go? But I mean, you're starting to see all of those rules already affect games.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, people are having.
Can I do my baseball jokes now?
Yeah.
Hey, John, let us know if you think the extra innings rule starting at with a man starting on second should stay or go. John's been chiming in all night, so I want to hear what he thinks on it. But in the meantime, go ahead, Cliff.
All right. So this is pretty. You guys will get this one. So why is it so hot at a baseball game these days?
So hot these days.
74 in here right now.
You got me. Go. Why?
I'm sorry, I wasn't ready for this. Get
that phone away. We're banning your phone, man.
Okay, you ready? Because there's not a fan in the place.
Oh, that is bad.
Wow, piping in his own music. Hey, this is like watching a baseball game on TV.
You got to put in your own stuff here, man.
That's his own laugh track.
Where's the other one? Oh, this is the one I was looking for. Okay, got it. Okay, here we go. Matt, why did the police officer go to the baseball game?
Because somebody stole the base?
Somebody stole second base. There you go.
Yeah, woo!
Yes. All right.
You even got the rim shot.
And Brian, what's the best animal at baseball?
Oh, jeez.
The best animal at baseball?
Yeah, what's the best animal at baseball?
At playing baseball or being at the game or
playing baseball? Yeah, if you're going to play it, what do you want?
A cheetah?
A bat. A cheetah would be for the Astros.
Yes.
You want a bat.
That's what I was getting at.
All right, come on, here we go.
That joke writes itself.
Themselves.
Why, Poober, why do you never hit an ump?
Oh, well, you get suspended.
The umpire strikes back.
Oh.
God, that's so bad, man. Holy cow.
Hold on. Wow. Here. Oh, wow. Okay, two left. Here we go. For anybody, how do baseball players stay friends?
Oh, this is open to the floor?
Open to the floor.
All right.
How do baseball players stay friends?
Yeah.
They
safe at home. I don't know.
They touch base every once in a while.
That one wasn't very good.
All right, here we go. Number 5. This is the one I want to close with, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Why do the Rays play baseball games at night? This is specifically about today's game, by the way. Why do the Rays play baseball games at night?
Because they'll suck the life out of you when they play the Oreos.
Yeah, because their bats are asleep during the day.
That is very apropos.
That was a good one.
They were definitely asleep today.
Yeah.
All right, so Matt, you asked about John's comments on the season.
Yeah.
Whew, that's a lot of writing. Any pictures in there, John? Out on here. See what he
You
has.
got any pictures in there? Wow. He had to put on his glasses to read it.
It's so much, you're on here.
Well, we wouldn't want you to strain an eye or something.
Yes.
So John feels it's normally too long.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
so the abbreviated version is he likes it.
Yeah.
So does baseball make it? Let's kind of, wrapping up the baseball you got players that are starting to opt out after the season has already started.
Yeah.
You've got
entire teams
getting really sick. And a lot of these changes that they're making mid-season, which I know isn't in the spirit of the game necessarily, they're just trying to get us in, right? Get this in.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're just trying
at this point, yeah.
Complete
Can we get 60 games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to give it their best shot. They are going to give it their best shot. So, I
mean, selfishly, I want it to finish. I want it to finish. I want there to be an AL and an NL champion. I want there to be a World Series. I feel we need sports, for the nation, or at least the sports fans, the mentality, just the mental health.
Yeah.
Right. Mental health, mental well-being of anyone that enjoys sports. It's needed. It's wanted.
I was telling you the other day when I was sitting here working around the house and I had the Rays game on in the background, it just hearing that it's like part of your life that's just missing now.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, we need to save America by bringing sports back. I mean, that's kind of the deal,
Right.
That's going to be somebody's campaign slogan. Hey, the Donald, he could say, "I brought sports back."
There you go.
It was the best.
Don't think
the best.
Well,
he invented baseball.
Well, don't think Biden's not going to say you're the one that made it go away.
Well, why not? Al Gore invented the internet, remember? So,
yeah, that's right.
Donald, you guys didn't know that Donald invented baseball?
Gosh, yeah. He was the best player there. He and Babe Ruth, they used to hang out.
Invented baseball. It's the best.
It's the best. We have the best baseball here. Oh man.
This is the best news out of baseball all week.
What?
Today we saw our cutouts.
Yes.
Yes.
We are in the first row.
Front row.
Yeah. We're all next to each other, which is cool. We all got
Caught a break there.
Yep. So if you're looking for us, which you all should be, anyone watching, we're near the first base side. I think it's between the actual first base and the dugout, or the bullpen.
Yeah.
And there's a series of rows that are empty. I don't think there's going to be any cutouts. And then the front row of that next row is us.
All you got to do is look for the dog in the front row, and then Loveless.
So our seat. We're on the front row, and we start on an aisle going. If you're looking at the TV, going left or right, and I'm last, and I'm sitting next to a dog.
Yep, Matty Ho is on the aisle seat, so he'll have to get up to let everyone by when they need to go pee.
Yeah, but I get to stretch my legs out.
This is true.
Oh, God.
We have to ban him from sound effects.
So listen, I've got a thought. Not a thought. This is something I found out today. So Clifford, you have the iPhone 6. Is that correct?
8. I got the Ocho.
That's an 8.
That's an Ocho.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Mr. Wonderful Tom Brady, the GOAT, sent a Instagram or a Twitter picture this morning of him getting in his truck, and it was 99 degrees, right? And so I came in with a couple of thoughts. I wish I had the picture here to show you guys. One, he drives a Ford F-150 like I do, which is just awesome, nice. To know that we are mentally connected like that.
Yeah.
But secondly, when his phone connected, it said Tom Brady's iPhone 6 Plus.
Quick was in the dark ages.
Tom Brady is rocking an iPhone 6.
Well, here's the deal, man. You don't want to waste money if you don't have to. Money
No,
doesn't grow
I
on
get it.
trees, man.
Oh my goodness.
Millionaires keep their money by not spending their money. I get it, right? But I just am shocked.
So how long ago did the iPhone 6 Plus come out?
I don't even know.
4 years. 4.5 years.
Yeah, all right. So
yeah, about 4.5 years.
Wow, that dude has had it. Wow.
I can tell you this. Right now, I would trade in my 8 for a 6 Plus because I can barely see my 6. Right? I mean, my 8 right now. A little bit on the small side.
I'd like to take this opportunity to invite Tom Brady onto the show to explain himself. So, Tom,
yes, Tom,
you're watching or listening.
Yep.
Tell us why you're rocking a 6+. Now, of
thought
course,
he-
I don't do Apple.
TB12. Pooh Bear, you were saying that he was being quite the savage this week on
Dude,
on social media.
Tom knows how to work Twitter and Instagram. He is a savage.
You don't think he's got handlers for that?
I don't think so. It seems to be coming from him. His responses. I think they. If not, then whoever is pretending to be Tom is doing a really good job of it. But if he's not willing to upgrade to an iPhone 11, I don't think he's willing to pay somebody to run his Instagram.
Well, he is willing to pay to rent Derek Jeter's house. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that he's paying anything.
Oh,
Right?
I thought I had seen a news report. It was $30,000 a month.
It very well may be. I just know that we don't really know he's paying it.
And speaking of the NFL, back to work this week.
They are all back to work. Well, not all of them. Some of them have opted out.
Yeah.
Has Donovan reported to training camp yet?
Who?
Donovan?
I don't know.
He was like the last Buccaneer, I believe, holding out. Hadn't decided
Whether he was going to play or not.
right. So
I don't know, man. Why would you want to pass up an opportunity, a season
how
To
about
play
it?
play with
Tom Brady.
TB12?
Mhm.
You just got to imagine
He didn't-
great things
he
are
didn't
going to happen.
drop.
I mean, and look at the Patriots. Like most of their guys are like, yeah, you know what? I think we're going to take this year off. It's a rebuilding year.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm going to save my legs and my knees, and
If nothing else, just to say you played with Brady and Gronkowski at the same time. I mean, I'd be out there. And of course,
I'm not nearly as thrilled about the Gronk as I am about TB12. I don't expect Gronk to be available for the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't think?
No, he'll be hurt.
Hmm.
I don't expect him to be available, but TB12, I don't know, man. Did you guys catch that 50-second video they shot of like the first practice of Tom throwing balls?
Oh man, I loved it.
I did not see it.
I got goosebumps listening to it.
Oh my goodness, it was so good. It was so good watching
What
those
made
guys
it-
practice.
What made it so
No,
good?
what's crazy is none of the footage showed any of the guys catching balls. It was all Tom throwing them, but it was all of the stuff like he was saying, like as they were lining up to run that play, or after somebody, like you better go get that, like he threw a ball out there that somebody needed to go catch,
Right. Well, even called out some guys by name. He's like, if you don't catch this, I'm not throwing to you ever again.
No.
Yeah.
It's practice. And he's telling the guys this.
He was like, listen, if you can't get at least 3 or 4 steps on that guy, I will never, ever throw you the ball.
That's strong
That's
like leadership. Yes.
That's the difference between playing and winning right there.
Yeah, because you know what these guys truly want. They want to make the catch to pad their numbers, to be the guy, whatever. He's in control of that. He is the one who's going to deliver that package.
Mm-hmm.
You want the package? Do what I need you to do.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So what do you guys think? They
Play ball.
scrubbed the preseason, no preseason games.
Yeah.
Which would have been starting next week.
What do
Yeah.
you think? What do you think that means?
Well, I
They're
think
buying time.
for a lot of people or a lot of guys, a lot of players that were intending or were hoping to use that time to establish themselves and make the team, it's not going to happen now. So they are going to have some joint practices. I think the Bucs are going to be with either Jacksonville or Miami. They're going to have some joint practices and do some scrimmages, live fire, live hitting, to where you're probably going to be able to tell at that, the coaches are going to be able to tell at that time who they should and shouldn't keep based on performance.
Mhm.
But they lowered the rosters instead of expanding the rosters. They're smaller. Not really sure where that.
I think that came with the raises that the players took, that they were going to cut the roster size down a couple spots.
Okay.
But, it's all going to be about preparation. Just, the teams that take practice seriously, and I think Tom Brady's bringing that to the Buccaneers. Those are the guys that are going to come out and win on week 1. These other teams are going to be able to catch up in weeks 2 and 3 or so, but that first week is a gimme to anybody. I mean, if you've ever played in a survival league, that's like the league when that's the game when you lose half everybody in it, and
right.
because I'm talking fantasy, survival fantasy football, and you're like, well, these guys are supposed to go all the way, pick the Dolphins, and everybody picks the Dolphins, and they're out week one.
Right.
They weren't ready. And so I suspect the teams that practice the best, are going to win week one.
Well, I think that's the thing in anything that you do in life. It doesn't matter whether it's football or not, but how you practice in here is how you play out there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing to remember too is every team on the NFL schedule, the first 2 games are out of conference, out of division opponents. Right. So if you're an NFC team, you're gonna be playing an AFC team both times. So the wins and losses will count, but they may not mean as much when it comes to
the divisional play and especially playoff seeding. So, it's not a divisional opponent or a conference opponent you're playing that may hurt your playoff chances. It's a team that, you're not familiar with, you're not going to see again. So those are going to be your tune-up games. Yeah. So Pooh Bear, you said long ago here on this show that what you liked about that first 2 game schedule is if they had to scrub those 2 games, they don't necessarily mean anything for the conference schedule.
Overall. Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
They're not meaningless. They're going to count, but they are not as important to each franchise independently as they would be normally. If say for us, the Bucs would open up against the Saints, that's an important game.
Yeah.
No matter when that game is played, if it's the last game of the season, the first game of the season, that's an extremely important game for divisional and conference seeding. So
I'll tell you this too, with the Bucs playing the Saints, and of course with Tom Brady, there's 2 things that I think, when Tom Brady's first play, the Bucs' first offensive play of this season is going to be one of the most watched plays in NFL history, right? In recent history, right? And of the year. Second thing is when the Bucs go up against the Saints, that's just an awesome game. You got Brady, GOAT, and you got Drew Brees, and then of course, who knows if they throw in Jameis Winston just for fun, just to have a little fun with it, Sean may do that or something, It's just a cool game, and conference game,
I'm calling it right now. You mentioned the first play of the game.
Hold on a second. I just happened to pull up their schedule.
Yep.
We do play the Saints the first game of the season.
So they already flexed those 2?
No. What you know what? Here's what they did. I think we got ourselves confused. The first 2 games of the season are conference games, and the idea was they could flex them to the back of the season, and then the next 2 games are AFC games that they cancel what they needed to, so that bought them a month.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
You're
right. Yeah, we play at New Orleans the first week of the season.
So that just flips everything I just said about how important it is.
Well, I think the same idea applies because they can move those games to the back of the season if they have to.
They do, but right now there's no plan to do that.
I bet they
right
do.
now there's not, but
they might. So I'm going to make a bold prediction right here and right now. Mark the date, August 2nd, 2020. The first play of the Buccaneers offensive play for the 2020 season will be Tom Brady handing off to LaShawn McCoy. Mark it down.
He's definitely not going to hand off to McCoy.
Yes, he is.
No, McCoy's there to catch the ball, not to run the ball.
You're right, but that's
if you're saying he's going to hand off to him, what's he running? What is he going off tackle? Is he going around the end? What's he going to do?
I power laser Nashville.
Ah, okay.
I mean, if you guys don't know
Omaha.
If you guys don't know what that is, I need you to do a little more study on your playbook.
Ooh, I'd like to make a prediction. I predict Tom Brady's first pass will be an interception.
So you're hoping that's going to be a
based on his past history. That's a pretty good prediction.
My last predictions.
You need to predict a pick 6.
That's pick 6. Yeah. There we go. Pick 6.
And that comes from years of watching Jameis Winston. You're used to pick 6s.
Any play could have been a pick 6 with Jameis Winston down there. So.
Even when the defense had the ball, it was a threat that Jameis Winston was going to throw an interception.
How much would you guys like to see them put Jameis in that game?
Oh, please.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Please.
Everybody, it's a free-for-all at that point, I mean,
Sean Murphy,
the safeties are going to be sitting back there on their toes.
Everybody. Who knows who
First of all, those guys have picked him off 1,000 times in practice.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Vita Vea may get interception.
You think he only threw picks in regular season games?
Oh, no.
Oh,
he must have thrown 1,000 in practice.
He's been throwing them since Tallahassee. He's not going to stop.
How much workout his defense got in catching balls? in practice. Anyway, those are my things. I think that's going to be let's say the schedule holds. That's going to be the most anticipated game for me, at least to see what Brady does and going up against Drew Brees.
Yeah.
But
Well,
second is that very first play that he runs, whatever it's going to be, is going to be real interesting because now you're off to the races here. Now he's an official Buck at that point, right? So anyway,
whatever the play is, I can tell you this: it will be a rehearsed play, and it will be essentially the best play that they have. It'll be out there to make a statement. I don't think it's going to be just a throw to the flats, quarter running back in the flats. It'll be a statement play. Whether it's Gronk over the middle or Mike Evans deep, it'll be something.
So is our offensive coordinator basically useless now? Is it just Tom Brady?
Oh no, he's super important now.
Yeah,
You
don't think Tom takes control?
You got to get a whole team to play the way Tom Brady plays because Tom Brady isn't changing the way he plays.
No.
So he's got to coach everybody, differently.
I should have clarified even in that as a play caller during the game.
Oh, I think Tom has input on play calls for sure.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was.
I think he's going to be able to make. Obviously, he can change a play at the line.
Mm-hmm.
How can you tell him no?
Right. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So
if Bruce says, "Hey, I want to run this power I-9 sweep to the left side," and Tom says, "No, we've got the defense is sitting back. They're nickel. We need to go, post this way." How can Bruce say, "You do what I say"?
Well, look at Peyton's last season.
Tom says no. You don't want to put a war on the sidelines already.
Yeah, but look at Peyton Manning's last season, specifically his last one with the Broncos, where clearly he did not have the physical abilities that he once did.
Mm-hmm.
And we all said, listen, Peyton is out here because he's smarter than everybody.
Right.
He could no longer throw the ball hard. It wasn't as accurate. The playbook was limited.
Mm-hmm.
But when you lined him up on the line, he was smarter than anybody else out there. And that's how they won that Super Bowl.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It was boring to watch. If you remember that Super Bowl, it was horrible.
Do I remember that Super Bowl?
That's a good point. I mean,
I think
Tom
that might have been the Meade Super Bowl.
Is that the
Meade Super Bowl?
That might have been the Meade Super Bowl.
We got to come up with another thing like that.
That was fun.
That was disgusting.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but the whole year was fun thinking about it and talking about it every time we got together.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm really looking forward to having some football. Man.
Oh, football's the best.
Yeah,
Did y'all see that the Masters is being played in November?
Yeah.
Like 12th through the 15th. I did not know that until today.
No azaleas.
No azaleas, and it's cold in November in Georgia, by the way.
Yeah.
So I mean,
they're swinging those clubs in the 40s.
Yeah, well, there won't be leaves on the trees. Fall will have come and gone. The grass will be brown, most likely, unless they paint it. I don't know what they're going to do in Augusta.
They will find a way to have that grass green there.
Yeah, they will. I mean, we're talking about Augusta. It's interesting you bring that up because March is one of my favorite sports times of the year because you have the Masters, you've got the Kentucky Derby, you've got March Madness. Baseball. There's a lot of great stuff. Baseball's getting going. And we got screwed out of all of that.
Right.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah.
Stupid COVID.
I don't know. It's probably Donald's fault.
Someone says it is.
We also got screwed out of our trip to Waco.
We did.
And Port Charlotte.
Yep.
And Port Charlotte.
Yep. So who is sending out these seeds from China?
China.
We're gonna.
I want to thank them because the memes are hilarious.
You want to do
China?
The memes are hilarious. Have you seen what's in the seeds? By the way, they're like azaleas and stuff like that. But I don't know why people are.
How do you know?
I just read an article. According to my contacts here on the World Wide Web, some specialist looked at them and said this is what they were.
Oh, really? So they've already taken apart. So, but why would someone take the time?
I know why.
To send them? Why?
I will tell you. Well, first off, I'm going to tell you, we got a package from China.
Yeah.
Like 6 months ago. It was a little piece of jewelry came in the mail, and it was from China, the China Post thing on the envelope and all that. And I'm like, what the heck did you buy, Dawn? She's like, this is nothing. So I took it to my office because I figured I would, call the postal service or something and figure out what's going on. Who knows if it's who knows what it was. And I never did. It's still sitting in my office. But from what I understand, why they do it is it's people who sell things on the internet, and like Amazon specifically. So as long as they ship something and it gets delivered, then they can make a fake post, like a like or a 5-star review, and it gets rated as verified buyer because Amazon can see the package actually got delivered. So they do it to get these ratings.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, there was a story I read earlier this week.
So you think that it's more or less it's an inexpensive item to ship, seeds.
Right.
They can ship those out and pretend that it's something like electronic piece of equipment instead.
Yeah, and they make up an email address associated with that shipment, and then they can go in and make a review, a 5-star review,
and basically say it was verified. It was a verified review.
Yeah, and Amazon will say it's a verified purchase.
Wow,
right?
That's like going on to Fiverr and buying reviews.
Ah,
Like businesses can do that. You can go to Fiverr, and you can pay whoever the person is to write reviews for your business.
So
and like the more you pay, the more reviews.
To edit a photo or to create a logo,
yes,
you say, I need you to go to Amazon and leave some reviews.
Or go to your website. You would name your whatever you're like Matt. Matty Ho. He's got a business. They could go do his business. I've got to. You could ask them to write a review for whatever you want.
What does it cost to get them to follow a YouTube page?
Find out. Genius.
919 to go.
According to the New York 919 to go. According to the New York Times, okay, that the U.S. Department of Agricultural and Animal and Plant Inspection Service. I don't know how you say that. Anyway, these things, they've been identified as cabbage, hibiscus, lavender, mint, morning glory, mustard, rosemary, and sage. So, I mean, really, truly, nothing that
just herbs. No COVID.
Yeah, no COVID, no murder hornets in a package.
So you're not going to grow like a Maurice or whatever his name was from
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors, yeah.
That was the post on our page today.
Whatever happened to murder hornets? I thought those were supposed to be a thing.
They were supposed to be a thing, yeah.
Maybe they are, and all the people who would tell you about it are dead.
Ooh. Man, it was probably Carol Baskins.
Killed her.
We have to bring her up just because it's our 20th episode. We started with her, so we're going to bring her up.
Yeah, we might as well bring it up.
Take you back in the time machine, baby. That was the hot story 20 weeks ago. Was Tiger King?
Was a Tiger King?
Yeah,
man, are murder hornets still alive?
Fantastic.
Yeah, they're still here. I'm looking at it says, they're still out there.
Well, it was a Northwest thing, wasn't it? Wasn't it like Seattle or Portland?
Yeah,
and then look what you did, Portland. You brought this on to yourself.
Well, there you go.
Oh, Portland brought this on.
Yeah.
Good job.
The murder hornets. We got the protest, the murder hornets, and now a hurricane. By the way, so
yeah. Did you guys get that hurricane today? Wow.
I don't even think it rained. It barely rained today.
We did.
I didn't get any rain, but I did get 6.5 mile an hour winds.
You did. While we were grilling burgers, we all got wet. Remember?
Yeah, a little bit.
That wasn't even rain. That was
you had 6.5 mile an hour winds today, Matt?
That was the feeder band.
6.5. Yeah, it's pretty windy out there.
Now we won't get any rain for like a week.
No, my pond next up.
Did you go flying today, Matty?
I did not. No.
I
got a bum knee right now. I don't know what's going on. I can't.
He was with us all day.
Well, all day. We didn't get together until like noon.
Noon to 5.
Well, I mean, which one of y'all sleeps until 11 o'clock Well, we know she does.
Oh, that's only on work days.
Oh, man. If I'm up at 4 or 5, I take my first nap of the day maybe around 11. So
your first nap of the day, as in multiple naps?
He's like a hobbit with breakfasts.
Look, my nap is not like it's not like I go to bed, and I'm racked out for 2 or 3 hours. I might just get in the recliner and all of a sudden 20 minutes went away. Who knew that happened? So
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not buying it.
Hey, rest in peace to Wilford Brimley, huh?
Oh man, Wilford Brimley, oatmeal guy, diabetes spokesman.
Cocoon.
So here's what I found out. Wilford Brimley, he was only 85 years old, but yet he starred in Cocoon like 40 years ago. And
As
he
an
was
85-year-old.
an old man then.
I think he played an 85-year-old.
He was.
Have you,
So
have
wait
you
a minute,
actually
that means-
watched Cocoon? Have you watched Cocoon?
Yeah.
That means when he was in Cocoon, he was younger than us.
It was.
Wow.
Oh, that hurt a little bit.
Well, wait a minute.
All of us.
Time out.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe
maybe not
he
you.
was older than y'all.
Oh God! Listen,
Uh-huh.
I forgot.
You don't even know who Wilford Brimley is.
I have
what was
no
the
idea.
You don't know Wilford Brimley?
No, couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
Oh,
You never watched his oatmeal commercials?
Diabetes. Diabetes.
Oh, is he the guy that pitched the diabetes medication?
Yeah.
And he was also on that one show. He was on a show. Not just Cocoon, right? He was on a show too.
Yeah.
He was on. He was on a show with Shannon Doherty on Sunday nights. I don't know the name of it, but
that guy, yeah.
yeah. He hasn't changed his look in 40. Here, I'm gonna show you a picture. I'm gonna pull it up right here on the old
Godspeed, Wilfred.
On the old iPhone 6.
on the old iPhone 8.
8. He's got an 8.
This is perfect right here. This is him.
I mean,
right here.
he's richer than Tom Brady.
Okay, look.
Wait, he was in The Natural.
Now let me see if I can get this up here on your.
Yeah, I know that guy. He's in a lot of good stuff.
Now
He
say
was great in The Firm.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Now that's a picture of him from Cocoon when he was 44 years old.
That guy didn't age a day.
When was Cocoon film? I want to figure that out, man. Cocoon.
That had to be 80. I'm gonna go mid to late 80s.
1985.
Yeah, all right.
So someone did the
I was.
Awakening.
Gosh, that is 35 years ago.
That's
that right?
Rough Next for the Girl.
Wow.
I'm looking at. He was in The Thing, High Road to China, Tender Mercies, Tough Enough, The Firm.
Cliff, bring up a picture of him in Cocoon.
Minus 35. He was 50 years. When he was in Cocoon, he was younger than me.
That's what I'm saying. Bring up a picture of him in Cocoon really quick.
Yeah. He was in better shape too.
He probably was in better shape, man. Holy smokes. This is killing.
Listen, I missed you this week at boot camp one day. We did one of your favorite exercises where we have the medicine ball.
Right.
And you're doing sit-ups with your partner.
Oh, man.
And so I warned my partner, be careful. This ball is tricky. It might curve on you.
Oh,
it might take a sudden dip.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Or you might just have better hands than the chief.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that could be it too.
Who was your partner?
Queso.
All right. And how'd she do?
She can do a lot of sit-ups pretty fast.
Mm.
I'm looking for a partner,
I'll be back tomorrow. We'll slow it down a little bit.
You tend to cheat a little bit.
A little bit.
Oh man.
Not good. Yeah.
So here's, speaking of getting older and Wilford Brimley and all that. So, I tell Cliff today, tell the chief, because chief's our local medical expert, right? So I have it.
Don't even say it. Dude. Don't even say it because
this is him at 50, right?
50 in Cocoon in the movie. Now wait a minute, let me get the angle right.
Wow.
Man, I hope he got paid to do that.
All right, there it is, man. I think I'm in better shape.
That was at 50.
Cliff, quick, take your shirt off.
Hey, we've already done that, man. You missed it.
That was at 50.
I saw it.
Rewind the footage.
Okay. Just need to
So
know.
I tell Cliff today, right? I tell Cliff, I'm like, Cliff's our resident medical examiner guy. And I say, man, I'm having trouble with my knee. Cliff looks at it. He says, hey, I know the problem. So what's that? He goes, TBM. I'm like, what's TBM? Or TMB. I'm sorry, TMB.
TMB syndrome.
I'm like, what the heck is that? I'm all concerned. It says it's too many birthdays.
I'll do it every time.
Oh man, I do have a birthday coming up too. So Cliff, I'm catching up to you.
Yeah, well, come on, man. Top of the hill.
And I feel just as far away from retirement as I ever did.
We should do something epic, like boat to the Bahamas or something.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
let's do it, man.
I'm just glad we didn't do it today.
Who's got the next birthday? I just had one.
Oh, it's got to be Matt.
It's either
Mine's-
Matt or
You
Cliff's
guys
in
have been
November.
out 4 years. Mine's not till November.
When,
Hey, you know
when
that
is
guy
Cliff next?
Jason? You know that guy Jason I go flying with?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So he's in the Bahamas now because he's working on a boat. So they got they had to bring the boat in because of this hurricane and all
Hurricane.
that. So this would not have been a good weekend to take our boat trip, but maybe we should, like Pooh Bear said.
It was perfect in Spanish Wells. We had some folks that we keep in contact with there send us some video. Not really. I mean, maybe kind of like it was here. They said about 6 mile an hour winds, some rain, nothing. Other than that, it blew away. Beautiful day.
Wait a
But
minute.
here's
I
the thing,
thought
that
the
was-
thing went right over the Bahamas.
No, well, it went over.
Whatever,
Grand
like
Bahama.
Andros, I believe.
Huh?
I think whatever Andros.
Yeah, it really kind of skirted between most of the Bahamian islands. There's 1,000-something Bahamian islands in the state of Florida, so it kind of skirted right between there. But it did go over Grand Bahama and I guess Andros, like Cliff said.
Well, here's the thing. What was the name of that storm?
Isaiah.
It was Hurricane I.
It was
Yeah.
Iggy Azalea.
You give it the I.
Yes, right? So that's her. That's I, and we're at what? August 2nd? What's today? August 2nd?
Wait a minute. Then they must have started with I.
No,
They
they
start
started
with
with A.
But it's not just hurricanes. It's tropical. Any storm.
Any named storm, which is a tropical storm and up, right? But
Right.
still,
So
this was the earliest I storm ever.
it could come off of Africa, skirt up to the middle of the Pacific or the Atlantic. Not even touch land. And
Right. It gets a
be
name.
storm. Right.
Mm.
But what I'm just saying is that we may have a rocky September. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Mm.
Because September is usually our worst month,
Let's see.
right?
Let's not be canceling football games because of weather.
No. We'll just have to move the game from Ray J over to the Trop. At least it's indoors there.
Like you can't pull the roof off.
Yeah, well, whatever, but you got a better shot. You got to
That's-
play.
That's impervious.
I mean, tough guys would really play through a hurricane. Tom Brady would probably throw
course he
touchdowns
would.
in a hurricane.
Of course he would.
I mean,
Back-
picture this. Picture Tom Brady throwing a 60-yard touchdown pass into the wind during a hurricane with probably like 130 mile an hour headwind.
I believe it.
I think he could do it.
That American flag hanging off his back.
Captain America, Tom Brady.
Oh man! Oh, if we can make cartoons. Oh,
So great.
So episode 20
Episode 20 in the can.
is just about in the books.
I am going to say this though. You were mentioning earlier about episode 1. I'm not so sure we've grown very much. Not after today's episode with.
That was the first person we put someone in timeout.
That was great, though.
Oh, good times.
It's still the same level of stupidity. It just looks better. It just
Looks better, sounds better.
looks.
Here's the biggest problem though. We had more subscribers or more watchers for episode 1 than we do today.
Probably. We built it up too much.
Somebody's got to come on, guys. Do me a favor. Put this out there. Send it to your friends. Like, subscribe. Get people to watch.
Share it.
And then if people would give us more comments, we'd have we could respond, get people interactive, like John's doing.
Come be
Like
part of the
Rob
show.
doing. Yeah,
Come be part of the show.
make it a good time for everybody.
That's right.
All right, guys, let's do it again next week. I'm looking forward to seeing the new short coming out this week.
Oh, me too.
You can announce that on Facebook.
And by the way, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you will never miss a short. Right? So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on anything good.
And if you like our Facebook page, you're never going to miss the stuff that Lovell forgets he puts out there.
Yep.
Hey, don't forget, everyone knows we have Instagram.
Yeah. Hey. At the Man Event Show on Instagram.
I was just going to quiz him on that and see if he could tell us what the address was.
I wrote it down, but I abbreviated it MES, and I'm like, what is MES?
Minor and section. Oh no, that's
Show us on your phone where you have Instagram.
Say what?
What's that?
Could you show us on your phone where you do even have Instagram?
No, I don't have Instagram. I got to figure out how to do all that, man. It's
Can an iPhone 8 even do Instagram?
sure it can. I got people for that though. So
There's a couple of teenagers in your house there that could probably help you out.
exactly.
I love it.
They'll get you set up.
Hey, really quick before we go, your daughter, is she going back to school yet or not?
She hasn't gone yet. The plan is, I think, August 22nd, maybe the 24th. I forget exactly. It's somewhere around there. She's supposed to go.
Well, a friend of mine up north, his son went back to the Merchant Marines. They opened school back up, so he had to bring him last week. So I was just kind of curious of what's going on with that. But anyway.
And just so you know, you would have.
Shout out to Jay Wood. Thanks, Jay. Hi.
We had this conversation on Friday at dinner, which you didn't make.
I did not make it.
Just so you know,
I've got to find a new home quick, business home.
Oh
I'm working on that.
Look at this guy. Trash talking us.
I think it should be a 1 hour show.
Think or think.
I'm sure.
No way. No matter what, how you look at that, that's just a slam.
I'm knowing. Does
anybody know this Ron Lovell guy?
No.
Anyone?
I actually think he's right. So I've been saying that for a while and got outvoted 3-1. So, all right, guys.
I never wrote that down.
Well, we hit our 130 mark, so we're good.
That's it. We're out of here. Whatever it is you do, try not to suck at it.
Yes, I like that.
Shout out to
Make it a great week, everybody. Come on. Be better, as they say.